And for me, I think the problem here that we need to deal with is that the Ministry of Education had done everything and set Akibua ready for construction by 2019. Now, the main problem that we are facing is that there was no problem until the question of using Nakivubo War Memorial Stadium to host Afcon came in. And this is where now we want to urge the president that there are 2.5 million people crying, and there is one businessman, Amis Kigundu, who is demanding to use Nakivubo War Memorial Stadium to host Afcon, and this is why the position of Akibua was changed. And we think this must be reversed. First of all, Nakivubo is in the central business district. So squeezed, safety and security is going to demand a lot from the country. There are lockups, shops that are all over the stadium, and that would mean you need to evacuate all those people, you need to block roads every day, disorganize the business of the people around Nakivubo. And I don't think Confederation of African Football will accept this kind of situation. So we are just asking the president that you made a promise in 2010. It is 14 years today that we have been waiting, and the opportunity had come. Put aside the issue of one man at Nakivubo and listen to the majority of the people of Lango that have been requesting you, and you have promised them, and they are always with you. I represent the members of parliament of NRM. This is going to turn out to be a big political problem for us as members of NRM, and would want you to reconsider this and construct Akibua and allow it to host Afcon. Because the neighboring areas of Gulu are still going to benefit from having Akibua constructed, having Akibua hosting Afcon. The neighboring area of Soroti, Testo, are all part of this. And this, Your Excellency, because when you look at the Equal Opportunities Commission report, leaves the area of North, the area of Lango lacking so much. And some of this infrastructural development will cause a lot of trickle-down effects in terms of development to the area. And this is why we are here. We are not members of parliament. We are the people representing Lango, and this is the concern and the interest of Lango, and we ask and believe you reconsider this position, because you have always listened to people when they put their claim clearly, and this is what we are putting. Thank you. It requires that the airport should be in a distance of 100 kilometers to the stadium. The distance from Soroti to Lira?
It's 100.
100. Gulu to Lira?
80 kilometers.
80 or 100 when you are using a longer route?
When you are using Lira.
From Oima town to Kabalega airport is 70 kilometers. Now, Gulu, I've got Gulu airfield, I've got a capacity to land Boeing 737 or even the Bombardier. And those are the planes that would be used. So what is lacking at Gulu airfield is only construction of alloy, custom, and all this, and that would not cost us a lot of money. And then use that means even Gulu would be part of the area benefiting from Afcon, participating, or even Soroti. So we think this argument, we had provided land for construction of airfield in Lira at a night, and this has been in the hands of government for long. There is some radar that has been built at Lira University. We don't know what for. So all these other questions does not arise. What is important is the president gets, as was agreed in the bid, to have sovereign guarantee. There are so many people ready to construct the stadium, like the Lugogo cricket ground. There's a company with a sovereign guarantee to build it within 18 months, and the whole complex is there. So this is, I think, it's the rightful thing to talk about, to claim and ask the president, please, let the businessman do the training and all these other things, but the main thing go to where it was meant to be. We have to be consistent. The use of changing things at last minute makes citizens really feel so bad, and this is what we are feeling against. Thank you.
I want to make it clear that the issue of Akibua is a live wire in Lango. So I want to advise my president, my chairman, not to step on that live wire. Because if that stadium, which is greatly demanded by the entire population, is not built, then his bid or any other's bid in the names of our party will find serious troubles in the waters of Lango. So I want to appeal to all, especially members of the movement, that as a senior member, we are using all means to reach the president and advise him correctly. And we have done that, and I know the president will not refuse to listen to us. He will not, because we are the people who mobilize for him and the party in Lango. And we want our mobilization this time to be 100%. So for us to attain that level, the president must listen to the pulse of the people of Lango, and therefore rescind this earlier decision not to include Akibua on the list of stadia to be built to host Afcon in Uganda.
To exclude Akibua Stadium from participating in Afcon 2027 will be reversed by our Fountain of Honor, and we still have hope that he will listen to us. And I want to add here that everything had been concluded, including the feasibility studies. Lango had already submitted the title for Akibua Stadium. Akibua Stadium is very large. It has an acreage of 48. It has 48 acres of land. And this is very good for the construction of the stadium. And the business people are ready to build the 5-star hotels, which is one of the requirements. They are very, very ready. Some of them have already gone ahead to secure the land, to secure the loans, and they are ready to build. And as far as the road network is concerned, and also the airports, we have Soroti, as already has been mentioned, and we have Gulu, we have Soroti Lira Road, we have Lira Kamdini Road, we have Kamdini Gulu Road. All these roads can connect and bring the players to do the playing or to do the games in Akibua. So, Your Excellency, we thank you very much for your leadership in this country, but we are still hopeful that this decision being brought to you by the representatives of Lango people, representatives of the 2.5 million people in Lango, and these are members of parliament from Lango. Your Excellency, we pray that you give us your time, and this is very urgent that we meet you.
Out of 30 MPs have signed this to show our grievances and disappointment with the government, because this is a breach of contract, a contract whereby Akibua Stadium was used as a ladder to rise to Afcon 2027, to win the Afcon bid by CAF. And after that bid has been won, that ladder has been kicked off and thrown on our faces. We are very disappointed as leaders from Lango. You can see that we've come together irrespective of party and political differences, because this is not just a political matter. This is a matter of development, an issue of economic growth, an issue of social development for the people of Lango. So we are disgruntled about this breach of contract. We know very well that CAF over the years has practiced regional balance whenever any Afcon tournament is played. We are surprised that we have been marginalized, we've been sidelined, we've been put aside. We begin to ask ourselves whether the Lao people are valuable. We've seen stadiums constructed and named Mandela National Stadium to remember foreign heroes, but we are failing to see stadiums being constructed to remember our local heroes. Akibua was the first Uganda national gold medalist in Olympics. It's now 50 years. We've remembered others who came after him, but we failed to remember him. What remains is just a very miserable shed that is being called Akibua Stadium as we speak right now. We've named parks, such as Queen Elizabeth Parks, to remember the foreign colonizers, but we are failing to name and construct a stadium to remember our people. So we're really disappointed by this, and we are saying that as the people of Lango, we are going to demand whatever was placed on the floor of Parliament, which was a commitment on the Hansard. It was a commitment to the people of Uganda. It was a commitment to CAF. It was commitment to the people of Lango. This commitment must be honored. Short of that, it is a breach of contract with the people of Uganda, a breach of contract with the people of Lango, and we are saying that as leaders here, we shall not accept. We need to also recognize that what you call a stadium is also like a ballot box, and it's a yellow ballot box. We want to see that ballot box filled with votes, and those votes are bricks to construct it and ensure that it hosts the Afcon. Government has claimed that they do not have resources to construct, but in the bid that they submitted, they said that they will secure all the funds that is required to construct the stadia, to develop the infrastructure, and to ensure the successful delivery of the Afcon Games. If government is now saying that they don't have the money, then they have also breached the commitments that they made to CAF. And we begin to ask ourselves whether we're really serious about hosting Afcon 2027.
Businessman, you are aware that Nakivubo is under construction with a lot of issues on the land, that the land was changed hand from government to a private person for 49 years. And the president had also instructed that Amis Kigundu gets back the title to government, but that has not yet been sorted. Now, when he was doing renovation, he timed it, you know, he was so strategic that he said the construction of Nakivubo is done, now is ready for commission, and he was asking the president now to be the one to come to Nakivubo and then commission it ready for use. And in that process, I think he had to tell the president, by the way, instead of struggling with the construction of Akibua and all these other things, if there's no money, why don't you use Nakivubo? Because we'd only have to fix a few things. But we're saying that is not correct, because it's going to cause a problem. That Nakivubo is so packed. We have ADF threatening everywhere. That means you may have to evacuate people from around there for 3 months. And then the 4th month of the game is organizing. So we're saying that is not a good, that should be used for training or for what the man had invested for, but not to interfere with the government program. Because of course, you know, a president is somebody with a large heart, would listen to everybody and try to accommodate people. But this one, as the people were saying, no. Then this thing of, we are saying Uganda is not ready for hosting. We have not said that, please, sir. Don't push words into our mouth. What we have stated here is that Akibua, that government had made commitment through a sovereign guarantee to construct to host Afcon, has been removed. But alternative was found in Nakivubo, meaning the construction of the OIMA will continue. Then we have Nakivubo, then we have Nambole. That would go. But for us, we are saying, President made a promise. Opportunity of Afcon came. In the bid, the name of Akibua Stadium construction was part of it. So we want it back. So we have not said we are stopping anything. And there's a question of what action are you going to take? I think we should be doing things here step by step. The first step, we have made a petition. We have called for meeting the president. We are waiting for him. If that fails, then after that, we see the next course of action. Now you want us to tell you everything you want to do. I think that would be suicide on our side. For now, we are stopping at this. The next thing will follow, because the people of Lango are talking everywhere, every day. They are meeting. Maybe they will tell us what next to do, and we are going to do it. But for now, these are the issues that we have for today.
The resolutions by the Lango Parliamentary Group has been unanimous. The unanimity knows no party, knows no color, knows no religion. We were shocked and totally saddened by the change of mind of taking away the construction of Akibua Stadium from the list of the stadia that will be prepared to host Afcon. And yet, as the people of Lango and the nation, We were informed, and this has been documented, as already said, in Parliament, and Akibua Stadium was part of the bid process for us to win the hosting of Afcon. The only two alternatives that were remaining was Buhinga in Fort Portal or Oima. Those were either or, but Akibua was actually cast in stone. Now, how Akibua came to be removed from the list and then said it will be handled in a paced manner was quite disappointing. We would want the country to know that Akibua Stadium, the investment, the building of Akibua Stadium, has been a long-term item on the agenda for construction. Now, the Afcon thing was now for us an opportunity for Akibua to be built. And it was shocking for the people of Lango to see that this has again been removed. We would want to appeal to the President that on matters of infrastructure, let's pick roads, which is being used as an excuse for not constructing Akibua Stadium. We have several, as members of Parliament, and the ones who are in other parliaments, have advocated for government to invest in the Lango sub-region on roads. We only have 3% of paved roads, of national roads, 3%. And it's the lowest in the country, the lowest region with the paved roads. An investment of Akibua's nature was for us an investment journey that would augment infrastructural development in Lango sub-region. And this is a commitment that the President has made. The people of Lango is actually asking one thing, and ever since this news came up, the people of Lango are asking hard questions and pondering and saying, why is it that every time we as leaders and the people have to fight for what is duly ours? You actually remember that there was the Kamdini-Lira Road, which was in totally shambolic state. That road should have been constructed a long time ago. It took us, members of Parliament and the community, to go and demonstrate, to get the attention of the President to come over to Lango at Aliti to make promises that this road would be done. It had to take a demonstration. The people of Lango are asking, do we have to demonstrate for Akibua to be built? Are we second-class citizens that needs now to fight for things that have to be done? The Oima roads have been built. Great investment has happened on that route. We have not complained. A decision was made and taken, and it has been constructed. Why is it that when a decision is taken on Akibua, we have to fight for it? It can be reversed on any day. So I want to appeal to the President that the conversations which is being held in Lango now is whether this government really cares. And politically now, it has set a lot of fire on the NRM MPs and leaders. People are saying, if this is the case, then you have whatever you have, we will stay here and make our own decisions. So I would like to appeal to the President that the decision of one man, if you have created your own investment, you will actually know where the customers will come from. But you cannot sacrifice the interest of 2.5 million people for one person. So the demand is very simple. Please take back Akibua onto the investment program for Afcon as it was previously designed. And as we have made a resolution, we are requesting to meet the President so that we can speak to him face to face and he can give us a justification why this thing cannot be done.
Voices that you are hearing here represents the entire Lango sub-region. It represents the disappointment as a sub-region that we have had with the government. This is not the first time that we are struggling to get a major development to Lango people. And this is not the first time that we are also struggling to make sure that something good comes to Lango sub-region. To make matters worse, the name Akibua comes with a lot of successes. Actually, in this case, double success. First of all, the bidding of the Pamoja that led to the success of what we are calling the Afcon 2027. And two, as it has been said, Akibua himself, the name Akibua is very historical to this country. He was the first to win the gold medal for this country, which really took a long time for it to be beaten. And we thought by this time the government would honor Akibua and also the people of Lango and the North by building the first stadium in honor of this hero of the country. My appeal to the government, and in particular to the president, let development in this country be even. Let development in this country be even. We thought this time round we would be considered by giving us a major development. Two, I want to remind that the people of Lango love sports so much. And in that love of sport, Lango contributes the highest number of funds to FOFA Drum. Even URA, they are collecting a lot of money through the sports that the people of Lango. So how else, how best can we be rewarded apart from constructing Akibua and making us also host the Afcon 2027. Finally, this was a pledge. This has been a pledge that the president of this country went before the people of Lango and pledged that Akibua will be built. And we have been waiting. And we thought this time round the pledge would come true. Your Excellency, please, you are the fountain of honor. We don't want to see what all of us will not want to see in the very near future.
You see, you cannot usurp a national development agenda and make it possible. So that's our request to the president, that Ham has his stadium, which is going to be used for various sports and purposes. But in terms of Afcon, Akibua Stadium was part of the bid process. And as the people of Lango, we also want regional development. You cannot deny us Akibua on account that somebody has already put a stadium somewhere. As leaders representing the people of Lango, we have spoken with a clear voice that there should be equal regional development. And as I've already noted, we are down on roads. Now on a stadium which has already been earmarked that should help in building better infrastructure, we are also being denied that. We're saying that is unacceptable.
Statement from the Minister of Education and Sports, and when you look at that statement, it clearly says that the Ministry of Education and Sports was declared as the lead agency for the Afcon bid. That means that their position is the government position itself. And this was officially, and that's currently the only official record that we have. Our challenge is that we've had some information that has come out on the media, and therefore we're saying to the president that we're appealing to him that let that record that was on parliament, let that position that was on parliament, which was a government position, be maintained. So we strongly believe, and if you look at this resolution, it has been signed by ministers. The Minister of Health has appended a signature. The government chief whip, who is the cabinet, has put in his signature. The Minister for Gender has also put her signature. It's a bona fide cause. It would be very unfortunate if we have two sides of government, or the same side of government, with two different positions itself. So we strongly believe that the president, who is a fountain of honor, will be able to honor the name of Akibua and ensure that that pledge that was made more than 14 years ago is fulfilled.
The same question we are asking all over the region is that where did Akibua go? And why now? And I come here as one of the very many voices of the Lango people, that we are part of the population of this country. We are 2.5 million plus people, and so we contribute greatly to the agenda of this country. And Akibua Stadium is not coming today. It has been there for quite some time, and I'm aware that my colleagues could have told you the history of this stadium. And so as national leaders, we feel so concerned that whenever anything comes up for this region, it is always one of those that everybody runs after. Unfortunately, or fortunately enough, this time, Akibua made its way up to the bid document of securing Afcon in this country and in the region. And so as a people, we think that having Akibua removed and bringing any other agenda which was not part of a document, as a finance expert, that is a procurement flaws. Because it means that all the bid documents that we supported is actually fraudulent. Because you cannot use a name of a particular institution and then you come back and say, no, we are not going there. So I think technically, as government, we need to own up that it is a high time we start being professional, whoever does all this, and also be aware that in these regions that we play around with, there are people there, and there are people who demand the service. The benefits that comes with Afcon is not, I'm sure it's not underscored. It comes with a lot of benefits. So the people of Lango also deserve to benefit from the Afcon. The lay argument that the Ministry of Education or Sports is bringing now, that we should build in a phased manner as a region and as a people of Lango, we would rather not have it, because it has been in the books of budgets for the last 7 years. And a little drop was done there just to woodwink that something is happening. If we could not do it for the last 7 years, which was pronounced and even gone on ground, how sure are we that it will be done in the next 3 years? I thank you very much.
This is not only one individual. We are talking on behalf of so many people. We are talking of 2.5 million people and plus. So we want to believe that, being a good listener that he is, the president will listen and Akibua will see the light of the day. Then, finally, this will not fail the bid. Instead, it will help to balance the development in this country, more so the sport sub-sector. And this is something that we have been really crying for as Parliament of Uganda. Since I heard the news about Akibua, I felt sick, if you could see from my face. I'm even from the hospital, that's why I'm late. I would like to thank Almighty God for allowing the truth to come out about issues regarding Lango. And I thank the team for their submission. But I have a question that has been pondering in my mind, that why is it that issues pertaining Lango is not given fairly like the rest of the regions? All the time we have to struggle as a community to access government services. And I've been asking myself whether we have done something wrong to these individuals in the government. If we have done something wrong, that makes us always to struggle to get what we deserve as fellow Ugandans. On behalf of the people of Lango, we want to apologize. Forgive us and give us fairness and give us what is appropriate for us. In terms of revenue, we are the third region in this country that collects better revenue. We pay taxes. But if you see in very many sectors, social services, we don't get it as people of Lango. And it hurts me so much, because I am NRM, I'm in the district leadership of NRM in Lango, and what will we keep on saying to the people? What will we keep on telling our people? Your Excellency, I know you're going to listen to us. I am your daughter because I am who I am, because you are mine. There are some individuals in your government that wants you to have issues with the people of Lango.
there are some people that betrays Lango. Akibua Stadium, we would have not even been crying right now. How the design disappeared, yet it was not Ugandan government going to sponsor the construction of Akibua Stadium. There was a deliberate delay in the technical work. By the time it reached the Chinese, their strategic approach had gone to another strategy. And that's how we missed the first construction. Now this one, Parliament supported. People of Lango are ready. In sport, we are the most lovers of sport. Not in this government only. We have Akibua. What have this government done? If you see in Kapchorwa, they have already constructed a very good athletic hub, an institution. But for us, where do we belong? We have Achon, who is also a member of parliament. They have just been making promises. He's alive. Others are being given gifts, but for him, he goes and runs and comes back, and we the Langis are the one who welcomes him back. Is that really fairness? Your Excellency, I have always told people that you are a good father. I have always told people that you are the best president this country have. But now what will I tell people next? What will I tell people next? The Sport Council, you always see in the entire Uganda, it's Lango that gives enough money on sport to FUFA and URA. We are going to have the next football match. What do you think the people of Lango will do? I humbly request that it's not yet late. The first status quo should be maintained of constructing Akibua. Other than mafias coming to confuse you, and at the end of the day, they make you be the one to answer this.
We as people of Lango, through the UPC Alliance, we accepted to work with this government. But if you see, for all these years, if you see, starting from infrastructures to others, it's not easy. You remember even the issue of Kamdini. We had to struggle. We had to struggle, demonstrate, make noise to ensure that we get this road worked on. A patch Renkunye, or Renkunya patch, it was also not easy. Time and again. But if you go to Karamoja, the road is very okay. Yet, in terms of paying taxes, we are doing well. Industries, I think we are even second after Ginger. We are so industrious, we are so hardworking, but what we want is the social services from our government. And I said that because I remember when we were struggling for the Lira Kamdini Road, we realized that the issues pertaining Lira and the confusion pertaining Lira Kamdini Road was there between Ministry of Works, UNRWA, what, but the president was not knowing. When we went and held a meeting with the president said, why didn't you people tell me? So it means these people we were writing to were not informing the president about the World Bank issues. Now, Akibua Stadium, from 2016, it was supposed to be constructed by China government. After leveling the ground and other things, when it reached, the feasibility study was done, the design, we were having a lot of hope. But the same people in these ministries, the same people, the people we are thinking they have personal issues with Lango, they delayed deliberately. And by the time they were going to now China government, it was already late. China was now implementing another program. That's how we missed it. Now this one, I've also come. In sport, countrywide, people know how Lango loves sport. Now, surprisingly, again, they have removed Akibua from the list of the stadiums they are going to construct. Finally, I would like to request the president to be very vigilant on the people that is working in his government. Because the issues of Lango is always not easy like other areas. It skips from the technical side. When it reaches the technical aspect, it disappears. Political, they say, hey, we are going to do this, we are going to do this. Parliament is saying this, but when it comes from the technical report, it malice Lango. That's why you people who works on Lango documents, you people who takes report to the president, if Lango have done something wrong, we request that forgive us and let us also enjoy this government, because it's for all of us. And if it's not, so that we know that we are within Uganda but apart.